the comments from people assuming that it's happening because I'm lazy or just don't care is becoming exceedingly monotonous. So
In early 2011, Cup's husband began making scary story videos. He wasn't well known, only accumulating a few thousand subscribers. He had a very deep, scary voice, fit for the stories he told. He amazed more and more fans every day until he disappeared. Most assumed he'd quit. On account, he had found the content unfulfilling, but we would be greeted to a video months later that nobody saw coming.
Years ago, I thought it was fibromyalgia, but at the time, doctors weren't believing me because I was 19, in shape, seemingly okay. But then the problem started getting worse, and it started with my eyesight. They would tell me I have 20/20, but then I wouldn't be able to see when I'm reading. Anyways, I was in and out of the doctors like 40 or 50 times in the past 6 months. In October or September of 2018, things got really, really bad. I started getting brain zaps and my vision would go and it would happen. For those of you that don't know, I live alone completely. I don't really have any family that I talk to or friends in the area, and living the double life thing makes things complicated. So I didn't grow up with my family. So when people struggle with that, I don't get it. Like, oh, my parent doesn't like this, or my sibling doesn't like that. I don't have that like family bond. So I didn't really have anyone here, and I went to the hospital for it. And they were telling me like they have to get me checked for a brain tumor and all these things like that. I found out right after they told me that I need to get checked for a brain tumor, I didn't have insurance anymore, which was a very big shock to me at the time. I had just turned 21. I didn't know what I'm doing, and I didn't know how to get insurance back, and it was this long process because you can only get it at certain points of the year, and it was scary. I was fucking terrified. I ended up getting insurance after weeks and weeks of this issue happening and thinking something was going to happen to me. I eventually got an MRI, and those of you that follow me on Snapchat, they cleared me of no brain tumors, but I was left with the issue of wondering what's happening to me. I got diagnosed with fibromyalgia, basically. So when I was 19, those years ago, and I was doing a live stream with you guys, they were telling me, you don't have fibromyalgia, you're in the lowest demographic for it, you're a young in shape male, you don't have it. So fast forward to February, this whole time I've been trying to get back into things like on YouTube. You guys don't even know it, but I got really like scared of posting anything on social media because I felt like if I wasn't posting statuses on Twitter or Instagram or anything, if I wasn't uploading videos, it got so bad where I just ended up posting nothing, and I was just this fucking anxious mess that lived alone. I stayed in my apartment for months. I started Grubhubbing food to my house every day. I'm losing thousands of dollars per month, and like I lost track of time completely. I was just in bed for days and days and days. I was like, I'm gonna get back into videos. Like I had friends hyping me up. February, I woke up and I lost feeling in my arm. Like, I don't wanna say lost feeling completely because I could still move it and everything like that, but it started in my right wrist really bad. And I was like, oh fuck. Went to the doctors, they were like, we don't know what's wrong with you as usual. You have fibromyalgia, and like, we don't know why this is happening to you. So I couldn't click. Right when I was gonna get back into videos in February, I couldn't click anymore or type or anything like that. So the doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong. I was getting tested for rheumatoid arthritis because it started traveling. It went from my hand up to my elbow. It felt like no matter what I did, no matter how many doctors I went to, I was going to appointments every single day. No matter how many I went to, they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. And then it traveled up to my shoulder. And at that point, I was so fuck it, but I was also so motivated because I was like, I'm gonna beat this. I'm gonna do like good. I don't know what's wrong with me. I got tested for rheumatoid arthritis. They said no. I did x-rays, CAT scans, everything. They couldn't figure out what was wrong. I was like, I'm gonna do this shit with one hand. I'm gonna upload videos with one hand, editing, everything. Even though, because at this point my eyesight's fucked, so I can't read the stories coming into me. I can't click, so I can't edit that while I record very well. I'm in bed every single day and I don't have anyone here. And I'm losing thousands of dollars per month, and like these people are worried about me, but I'm scared to post anything. I posted in March saying I can't move my arm. On Snapchat I posted this, I can't move my arm. I'm gonna post a video this month. I'm gonna get through everything and do it. And I fucking, in the middle of that month, like 2 months ago, I woke up in the middle of like after recording something the night before, and my entire left arm, I lost feeling in it. Not just in the wrist up like it progressed before, but now I couldn't move both my arms. And again, reminder, I'm alone and everything like that. I couldn't move either of them. 2 months ago, I couldn't move either of my arms. You can imagine how frustrating this was because they had no idea why it was happening. I had no explanation besides, you're young, why is this happening? We don't really know. Maybe it's tendinitis, but tendinitis only happens if you aggravate it. So why did I wake up and not have feeling? It didn't make any sense. Anyway, I still don't know why it happened. So yeah, it sounds like a neck injury. I think it was. So going on, these doctors can't help me. I go to multiple doctors. They're like, we can get you a brace. It's going to take 3 weeks for it to get here or whatever. For your arm. We don't know why it's happening, but we'll get you a brace. This progressed in 1 week from my right wrist to both my entire arms, and you're telling me you'll have a brace for me in 3 weeks for one of my arms, because this has to go through insurance and everything like that. And I'm trying to move out of my apartment too, but I can't because now I can't lift things up, and it's so frustrating. I ended up buying braces myself off of like Amazon and everything, trying everything. Like I was in a double arm brace on both my arms that I had to like put on myself, and I have chronic insomnia and sleep apnea, so I would wake up and like fucking just hope it wasn't gonna get worse. And I wasn't getting on any social media or talking to any of my friends or anything. Sorry to any of my friends that I ghosted completely. I'm really sorry for that. There were points where my entire arm would get inflamed if I texted anybody. So sorry to anybody I stopped talking to accidentally. After taking anti-inflammatories for a while, I was taking so many fucking meds every single day, and it was in a double arm brace. I managed to do nerve glides to stretch the nerves in my arms so that I could be able to use them again, because I had a feeling it was a nerve issue, even though they kept telling me it was tendinitis. And then everyone's messaging me, it can't get any worse than this. And then I find out my mom has cancer. It's okay. Don't worry about my mom right now, guys. She's actually cancer-free now, but I'm speaking in chronological order, or trying to. So I found out my mom had cancer, and we don't really talk much. So she had it for a bit, and yeah. So I'm in a double arm brace in my bed, not talking to anybody, not able to move, and I just find that out, and it really like set me off. I didn't know what to do. I completely forgot about the part where I lost my voice completely too. They had to stick a camera through my nose into my throat and my vocal cords to see why I was losing my voice constantly, because I wasn't able to talk either. I totally forgot about that. The nerve glides, I got one of my arms to work again. This is all self-treating myself, by the way. The doctors weren't fucking helping at all. I eventually got feeling in one of my arms. I got feelings in the other. I went to the doctor. I told them what helped me. Then they sent me to physical therapy. I go to physical therapy still multiple times a week. My arms still get aggravated, but I can use them now enough to do what I'm doing currently. They've been doing nerve stretches on my median nerves and radial nerves and fucking ulnar nerve. My ulnar nerve was fucked up. They're hoping I didn't have to do surgery because they fake diagnosed me with carpal tunnel and all this shit. I can move both my arms now. And then recently, I found out that my mom is cancer free. She doesn't have cancer anymore. So like, cancer is kind of tricky, right? You think that somebody doesn't have it anymore, and you just kind of hope that they don't, because I'm hoping that she doesn't have it anymore. But that's what they told her after her surgeries and treatment and everything. They told her that she's good now. But so now that I can move my arms again, now that I'm in physical therapy, I have multiple appointments every week. I plan on coming back, right? I don't know why these things happen to me in the first place, so it's kind of scary because I don't know when it's going to happen again.
But then it all changed when one game was released. Cups was friends with Dave from Boyner Band. who at the time was popular and had many connections from PewDiePie all the way to iDubbbz. So one day, when Dave from Boyner Band messaged Corpse to potentially play Among Us with other streamers, he jumped at the opportunity. And well, I'll just play this clip to show you how that went.
Yo, Corpse, what's going on?
Hello, friend.
What?
Wow.
What?
Kicks like Uno.
Wait, what?
Corpse's voice is like infrasonic
Wait,
bass.
is that real? No.
Oh my god.
It's real, believe me.
It
Sounds like he'd be that dude who, like, you know,
All right,
kills
like,
people in the game.
Corpse need a fist fight.
Yeah, he sounds
why?
like John Wick should sound. Or voice
Yeah.
fight.
He sounds like God and the devil should sound
I
like.
bet.
I don't know. I guess I haven't done a face reveal, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Guys, who is Corpse?
Well,
I'm
I just
totally
assumed
fine
that
with
someone
it.
with this voice might look like, you know, they don't look like what they sound like.
You're
you know?
accurate. You're completely accurate.
He
Everyone
doesn't,
else
he doesn't look
imagine-
like what he sounds like.
Remember how everyone thought Donkey
I
was
feel
black?
like your voice is touching me.
Yeah.
Is that a weird thing to say?
I feel like your voice is hitting a part of my
Pokey,
ear that's never been
I'll
hit
answer
before.
that. Yes, Pokey, that is a weird thing to
Oh,
say.
sorry.
It's
I
like,
don't know how else to describe.
It's okay, it's like, no, I still love you.
Oh, thanks, Jack.
I feel violated. Like, what is this?
Oh.
In a good way, though, right?
I've never
Good
heard.
way. Wait, what?
Oh, right. Hey, how's it going?
Oh.
Does anybody have the code?
Oh, yeah, maybe in the
Maybe.
general chat.
What's it to ya?
Good to have you, Corpse.
Happy to be here.
We're on NA, by the way.
Okay.
Chat is so happy right now.
I'm happy right now.
That's so nice.
I'm chatting.
You deserve a Corpse. You're a good boy.
I don't think he's ever gonna do anything wrong.
Corpse?
Never gonna be him.
Oh,
Corpse
yeah.
got imposter 5 games in a row one time. Don't trust him.
And then I heard Saikuno's voice, and I was like, whoa. How is this real? And now I heard Corpse's voice, and I'm like, what? How?
It was an overnight success, with many stans and fans asking, who is Corpse's husband? So they decided to go over to his YouTube, watch his stories, see his videos, follow his Twitter, follow his Instagram, follow his Snapchat, and it began to spiral out of control as he kept growing and growing and growing. And even released music, posting his first song, E-Girls Are Ruining My Life, on the 1st of October, 2020.
Date me when you fuck me, touch me with the lights off and my chains on. Baby, I'm not the right one, you should wait on. She a freak, little bad hoe. Guess told me kill it, I said let me grab my death note.
It immediately blew up, with people restreaming and restreaming the song. And he even had a viral spat with J Schlatt when Gymshark made a campaign that the most liked response under one of their tweets would have a chance of featuring the tweet on Times Square in New York City. So the stans finally banded together, kept restreaming the song, and kept liking the tweet, in order for the free promotion to go up on Times Square, and eventually, it did. Mainstream media quickly picked up on Corpse's husband and Dream, as well as the emergence of new content creators, inviting them on late night talk shows, trying to get their story. And Corpse was no exception to this. He joined Dream and a bunch of other streamers on Jimmy Fallon as he played Among Us at the height of his success. However, his streaming career will be short-lived, as news broke that Corpse's husband might be quitting streaming forever.
Corpse says that he will have to quit streaming YouTube, the thing that made him so popular streaming Among Us, due to his illness. He says that he might not be physically capable to sit down and stream for long periods of time soon. Here is a clip of Corpse actually talking about it.
Yeah. I don't know about the whole like streamer thing. Like with my illnesses, like sitting on my computer and being able to play certain games and everything, like I don't think I'm physically capable. Like in the future, I already stream like once or twice a week as is. All these other people are able to play every day and play different games and stream every day, but I like literally couldn't do that if I wanted to. Like when I left that raft game, like I was sitting there with like an eye patch on, my whole arm is numb, like I'm bleeding out the nose, and I'm just playing video games. Like
I can hear.
it shouldn't be. I don't think that's something I can like do for a long time. Whereas, like music, something I've always like innately loved doing, and it's something that I'm physically capable of doing until my voice gives out. I feel like inevitably I'm just gonna pour everything I have into the art of like music. I just have to do it right, and I gotta hope that there is an audience by the time I get there. My body has been acting up pretty bad lately, so I'm trying to get back into physical therapy and all that, but I'm also scared of getting recognized at my medical appointments. I'm trying to take care of myself. The one day that I left Raft, I didn't want to make it a big deal. I was texting Ray, letting her know that I couldn't feel like my arm and stuff, but I didn't want to make it a big deal. So if you guys ever see me like acting off in game or on stream or anything, it's probably that, and I cope in really weird ways.
So he says that he wants to do more music stuff, and honestly, I didn't know that his illness was so bad.
After this event, the streams became fewer and more farther between. Stan's now focusing on the new release of music, giving a second wind to his career, with him even having the opportunity to collaborate with Machine Gun Kelly on a song that I can't play here, mainly for copyright reasons. However, it was huge. It meant that Corpse could collaborate with so many in the genre and own his craft, and he still is to this day, but it isn't without controversy.
Remember when you reached out after years of not speaking to me while I was at the hospital tending to my sick girlfriend, and you kept trying to rush me home to do you a huge favor, and then you threw me under the bus for something you did, and at the same time acted like you were taking full responsibility for it. But I let you do it because I thought you were going to be my friend like you used to be, and then you stopped talking to me immediately after you were done using me.
So let's dissect this and why, despite its perfect setup for a downfall, it didn't work. Whilst the accusations seem damning, with Corpse looking like he values business over friendship, we can dissect all of this. The video being taken down was urgent, and the fact he tried to rush Max home from his sick girlfriend is something he needs to apologise for. It was a situation he couldn't help. Max can easily, for the time being, however, unlist or private the video from the YouTube Studio app, meaning Max was being difficult in this situation. Why wouldn't he have it installed? After all, he has 700,000 subscribers, with myself and friends having the app installed being only a fraction of his size. But let's look past that and say he didn't. It's a situation that can't be helped from both parties. Corpse then apologises, stating Max uploaded and commissioned the video, however, took responsibility. This is true, Corpse was not the one to write or upload the video. He did say it, and he apologised. Even if the apology was done in the first place, he then interacted with Max for the next few days, talking about things Max didn't feel comfortable sharing, which is fine, but it doesn't give context to the tone of the conversation. He selects his responses. Now, I am not accusing Max of anything here, but to an outside perspective, this could be pretty suspicious, as it could be framed as Corpse being a dick by leaving you on red when the entire conversation was you being a dick by leaving sarcastic responses. We have no idea, and to this day, we don't know what happened in that conversation. And I have a feeling Max knew this too. He played them fast whilst labelling him a dick, that threw a friend under the bus, and left them once again. When you look at the screenshots and basic lateral thinking, it's paper thin at best. This feels like a justification for mentioning a famous public figure in a tweet about your campaign against YouTube's largest problem at the time. I asked a friend about the situation, and I know it will be biased as she is a Corpse stan, however she made a brilliant response.
As Corpse said, it's based off of the script he didn't write. Allegedly. He did take accountability for it. He was sweet and very apologetic about it. Max seemed salty because he lost a friend when, from what I'm gathering, he highlighted that he was thrown under the bus for writing the script. Is that Corpse cut him off because Max put him in a shit situation where he used to slur in the script? That could severely damage the career he's trying to build. People do not owe other people friendship or reasons to cut off toxicity, or friendships in general. Little weird that Max is making an exposing video after all this time.
This sums up my feelings on the subject as well. Corpse in the community today stands as a testament to the modern day fanbase, one that can raise money for various charities, support his music career, and create amazing art surrounding a dying creator, with him appearing on friends' streams, voice acting for anime such as Tribe 9, and a thriving music career. What can't he achieve? He is happy, finally, with an uncancelable career and a fanbase that is so generous and talented. He will live on in infamy as a YouTube legend.